About Time with Rashawn's About Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my About Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all, man, who has been supporting my channel, who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. And please encourage others to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's About Time Boxing. You know, I haven't put anything up in a minute, you know, because, you know, with this, you know, this Terence Crawford, ERROL Spence situation, man, like, you know, like I said, you know, it doesn't, like I said, we don't play favoritism over here. Anytime I put stuff up, you know, I put out, you know, I put out the truth and I put out the facts based on my resources and research that I have done. You know what I'm saying? So now that we know that this Terence Crawford ERROL Spence fight is dead in the water, and I blame both of these guys, honestly, I blame them both for holding up, you know what I mean, for holding up the, you know, the welterweight division. Other potential fights, you know what I mean, that, you know, that could have happened. You know, ERROL Spence don't want to fight his mandatories. Terence Crawford, you know what I mean. So I guess the director of communications, Tim Smith, the guy who works for PBC, I guess he was right. You know, he said that Bud wouldn't be happy with the deal that they offered him, and of course he wasn't. But then they had agreed, you know, and came to terms that they was going to fight November 19th. So all of the terms that they put out there, Terence Crawford agreed to. Now, I know this because this is coming from a reliable source who spoke directly to Steven Espinoza. So Terence Crawford, you know, agreed to all of the terms of the fight, but he didn't sign. So on that part, you know, I'll give ERROL Spence, and Team Spence an apology, but they not completely off the hook, because when they agreed to fight November 19th and Bud put some things up there, like, you know, Spence didn't sign, all the while making it seem like he signed his part of the deal, but Spence didn't sign his part of the deal. But now the whole time, Bud was working on this other deal to fight David Avanesian. So if you knew, why would you agree to the terms? You know, and some of y'all may not like what I'm saying, but like I said, in past videos, I said there's no favoritism over here. If somebody is not, you know, playing right, then, you know, you gotta put it out there. You have to put it out there. And this one, you know what I mean? You know, this one is on Bud. Some is on Spence, but this is on Bud too. Everybody got to accept their responsibility in this whole thing. And in my opinion, both of these guys was holding up the welterweight division. They the ones who got all the belts. This is why guys like Jaron Ennis, VERGIL, ORTIZ, you know, Rashidi Ellis, and all these other guys, you know what I mean? This is why can't get shots at belts, you know, and don't have titles when they should have titles. When you got guys like David Avanesian, you know, we got a European welterweight title. We don't even say WBA, WBC, it just say European welterweight title that he has since 2019. And this is, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's from Russia. He's 29, 3, 1, and 17 KOs. Made his pro debut in I think February of 09 or something like that. Lost his second professional fight. He had the WBA interim title. You know, then he was elevated or promoted to the WBA regular champion, which he lost to Lamont Peterson in 2017. And then he got knocked out by Kavaliauskas. know Terrence Crawford knocked out Velasquez. But now Terrence Crawford was from the sources. He was working on this deal the whole time. The same way Errol Spence and his people was talking about fighting Stanionis. And I guess, you know, some of y'all gonna be like, yeah, well, you know, gotta have a backup, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but all of this stuff, oh, the fight gonna get done, the deal gonna get done. Yeah, they claiming they both want the fight. Now I'm questioning, you know what I mean? At first I felt like Spence didn't want the fight, but now I'm questioning if either one of them really even wanted the fight. Because Bud, he agreed to all of the terms. Even if he didn't like it, he agreed to it. Why would you agree to it if, you know what I mean, if you had this thing where he's reportedly going to earn a career high somewhere around $10 million fighting on BLK Prime pay-per-view? That's what he's supposed to be fighting on December 10th. And then, you know, and then on the other side with Errol Spence, you know, Jaron Ennis trainer and father, you know, Bozy, petitioned the IBF, you know, sent a letter to the IBF trying to, you know, not trying, but, you know, in hopes that, you know, they can, you know, force Errol Spence to fight his mandatory. I mean, what's going on? What's happening with the fight game now, man? These sanctioning bodies is full of, they're not doing anything. They not mandating nothing. They letting these fighters do whatever they want. I remember when before Caleb Plant fought Canelo, he had to fight Caleb Truax, and he said that was because the IBF is supposedly really strict, you know, and said they're strict and they stern about their fighters fighting their mandatories. So if y'all stern about it, then why not make Errol Spence fight Jaron Ennis or drop the belt to him? And I think VERGIL Ortiz is Terence Crawford's mandatory for the WBA. I think VERGIL Ortiz got the WBO interim title. Even though I feel like he would, Crawford would, you know, would beat Ortiz, but still, like these guys got to get their shot. When is their title shots coming? And again, listen, and yes, Jaron Ennis would beat Errol Spence, and I think he would beat Bud too, both of them. Yes, I'm going on record and saying it. And because every time it comes, especially when it comes down to Jaron Ennis and Errol Spence, you always hear people talking about, oh, it's a high risk, low reward. No, it's not. Not anymore. Stop saying all that. I don't want to hear nobody talking that crap. First person come on here talking about it's a high risk, low reward. You're getting cut out. Blocking you straight up. Because if Errol Spence fought Jaron Ennis right now and they fought on pay-per-view, Spence would still get more money fighting Jaron Ennis than he would have gotten, than he made fighting Ugas. And I think he got, what, 1.5 or something like that, or 2.5 or something like that fighting Ugas. Spence didn't make that much money when he beat Kell Brook for the belt. And Kell Brook supposedly was a bigger name when he fought Spence. He was bigger. So he got the 3 belts. He's the big fish. That's what he called himself. The big fish, the shark, the big shark, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure if he fought Jaron Ennis, he would get anywhere between 2.5 and 3.5 million. Jaron Ennis is the one who would probably get the low reward. He would be the one that probably wouldn't, get paid that much. Maybe $1 million or just under $1 million, probably. Maybe. But it wouldn't change, what Spence would want. But I'm pretty sure he would do something crazy. He would ask for an astronomical amount of money. So it wouldn't make sense, for you to get, 1.5 here, 2.5 here, $3 million here, fighting, you know, guys like, you know, Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, fighting Danny, you know what I mean, and these other people. But then you're going to ask for all this money to fight Jaron Ennis, who's supposed to, you know, not be a big name. But these guys got big names, and you got less fighting them, but you would ask for more to fight a Jaron Ennis. That's because everybody know what the outcome would be. Like I said before, it's sad, in my opinion, the way the fight game is doing Jaron Ennis. And now Crawford and Spence just get to go spin off and go pick and choose whoever they want to fight. And you got these other guys lined up waiting to get title shots. And they can't get a title shot. So these guys going to go, you know, so Bud fighting David, you know, Avanesian. So what is that one? Yeah, because of the possible 10 million or whatever, high reward, low risk. Nah. And as far as I'm concerned, both of these guys, with all of their antics and shenanigans and all that crap going on surrounding them, you know, holding the public, you know, hostage and suspense and all that, you know, waiting to see what's going on with this fight and all that, they devalued their fight. And so now they're talking about, oh, you know, once Bud beat this guy, you know, Spence fight, you know what I mean, Stanionis, and then they talking about them fighting early next year. Honestly, it's to the point now where a lot of people don't even care. I don't even care if they fight now. Honestly, I don't care if they fight. And if they do make the fight for early next year, which I doubt, but even if they did, the pay-per-view numbers that they were going to do had they made this fight happen, they're not going to do it in their next fight. It's not going to happen. I don't care what nobody say. No, I disagree. They still, you know, the fight's still going to be big. No, it's not. Yeah, people are going to watch it. But all of the crap surrounding the fight. Oh, they didn't think it was the money and the first thing they didn't think is the money and the budget. Then it was the networks. PBC and Showtime couldn't come to an agreement. Then it was, oh, you know, Bud priced itself out. Bud wanted this. Then it was, oh, Spence wanted this. You know, it was just all these different things. That's why, listen, I agree with what Devin Haney said. If two fighters want to fight, if they really want to fight, they could have done it. They could do it. Just like all them years they was trying to make the Floyd and Pacquiao fight. Then what? Floyd ran into Manny Pacquiao in Miami at a basketball game. They exchanged numbers, and then they worked it out themselves and made the fight happen. And when they agreed to what they wanted to do, the network just got on board with it and made the fight happen. So if Crawford and Spence really wanted to make this fight happen, they could have made this fight happen. But newsflash, fellas, to both of y'all holding these belts hostage. Jaron Ennis deserves his shot. And I hope that the IBF steps in if Errol Spence tries to fight Stanionis. I hope they step in. But, you know, knowing the way that these sanctioning bodies operate today, they allow certain fighters to do whatever they want. It's only other fighters that these sanctioning bodies, do stuff to, or step in and act like they trying to take action. Like when they stripped Demetrius Andrade of his WBA title when he was fighting at 154. Due to inactivity because nobody wanted to fight him. But here it is, Jaron Ennis fought his way to the #1 contender for that IBF title. And Spence is doing everything he can to not fight him. We're not even talking about him and Terence Crawford no more. F that whole situation. Forget that whole situation. I don't even care about that. I want to see Jaron Ennis fight Errol Spence or Terence Crawford. Jaron Ennis deserves one of those belts. And like I said before, you got all these other people out here with these European titles, these interim titles, these intercontinental titles. And Jaron Ennis, what? And I know some of y'all like, oh, you know, his time gonna come. When? When? Errol Spence wasn't 30-0 before he got his title shot. Terence Crawford wasn't 30-0 before he got his title shot. Canelo Alvarez wasn't 30-0 before he got his title shot. Floyd Mayweather wasn't 30-0 before he got his title shot. Shakur Stevenson wasn't 30-0 before he got his title shot. Sean Porter wasn't 30-0 before he got his title shot. So what y'all want, Jaron Ennis to have 50 fights? 45 fights? Oh, let me guess. He still got to be undefeated, though. That's the rule. He got to be undefeated before he can get his title shot. But if he loses a fight somewhere along the way, then come on, man. None of this stuff makes sense, and y'all know it. And y'all know it. And I just, you know what I mean? Like, listen, like I said, I like Terence Crawford, but I think that was a sucker move, you know what I'm saying, for him to do that. You agree to everything the whole time. You knew damn well you wasn't going to sign. You wasn't going to sign. You knew you wasn't going to sign, but the whole time he was putting different things out there like he was waiting for Errol Spence to sign. Like, what kind of games is these guys playing? Hijacking, just holding up the welterweight division when you got other fighters out here that's trying to get it done. And y'all figure because, you know, y'all comfortable now. Like I said, I never forgot what Errol Spence said before he won his first title when he was chasing Keith Thurman. Before he fought Kell Brook. Said he wanted to prove that he was the best and he wanted to fight the best. Both of these guys claiming that they the best and that they can beat the best. Well, how y'all claiming y'all want to fight the best, but y'all won't even fight each other? Y'all playing games with that. Give Jaron Ennis his shot. Let VERGIL Ortiz get his shot. Hell, even Rashidi Ellis, he in there somewhere too. But I bet you most of y'all would be like, oh man, I wouldn't see all them guys fight each other before they get a shot with them. Man, please. Yeah, VERGIL Ortiz got 100% knockout ratio, but you only got 19 fights or 20 fights. Jaron Ennis has been working. And that kid trains extremely hard. No days off. And I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. And Jaron Ennis and his team has been more than patient. They have been more than patient. Y'all can't deny that. Because Boots can go up to 54 and start whooping their ass up there too. And y'all know he can. Highly skilled. Very capable. Yup. And the most avoided. They avoiding it. Because if these guys is as good as they say they are, you shouldn't worry about having nothing to lose. You shouldn't worry about that. If you really that good. If y'all is as good as y'all claim y'all are, what are y'all worried about? Y'all shouldn't have nothing to worry about. If y'all as good as y'all say y'all are, y'all shouldn't have nothing to worry about. Oh, well, Boots, you know, he still got to get it. You know, he got to get a big name. He trying to. Everybody running from him. Yep, everybody running from him. He trying to get one. Everybody running from him. And then what's going to happen is he going to keep trashing all of them guys underneath him. And then y'all going to be talking about the level of opposition that he fighting. And he, man, how you gonna say he's supposed to be in there with them? He ain't fighting nobody, man. All the people he fighting, man, they nobodies. What he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Just sit, get rusty, and wait for these guys? Look at how long we waited to see if these guys was gonna fight each other and nothing happened. So he's supposed to wait on that? Nah, give him his shot or come up off them belts and go do something else. Because just like Floyd Mayweather said, if the top guys don't want to fight, man, I got to fight the guys underneath them. And if they don't want to fight, I'm going to fight the guys underneath them. And if they don't, I'm going to fight the guys underneath them. He got a job to do. Now, from my resources, Jaron Ennis, either he just got a fight date, he didn't announce it yet, or his fight date is coming. But who knows who his level of opposition is going to be. He should be the one getting the fight against Stanionis. Errol Spence shouldn't be fighting Stanionis. Jaron Ennis should be fighting Stanionis or Errol Spence. That's who Spence should be fighting. He should be fighting Jaron Ennis, not Stanionis. And if anybody, like I said, Jaron Ennis should be the one getting that shot against Stanionis. He deserved it, and he earned it. He deserves it, and he earned it. But it looks to me like both of these guys decided to take easier routes. Both of these guys elected to take easier routes. Because Spence and his team supposedly is in the works with getting the Stanionis fight done or trying to make that fight happen. And Bud, December 10th, supposed to be fighting this guy. So it looked like they both elected to take easier routes. So what does that tell you? And I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh man, that's smart, man. Look, why not? Go ahead, take the quick route, take the easier route, blah, 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 blah. You're supposed to be in boxing to prove that that you can beat the best, that you want to fight the best. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Giving the boxing fans what they want. They want to see a good fight. They don't want to see people fight people that, who, like when I used to box, man, my trainer told me, Bozy used to say, look, you don't get better by fighting or beating up or fighting people that you know you better than. You get better by fighting people you know is better than you. So if these guys are as good as they say they are, which means they think that they are better than Jaron Ennis, then why not step in the ring and prove it? Instead of electing to take easier fights. Oh, it's about the money. So it's not about the competition now. So it's just all about how much money you can get paid. If you're as good as you say you are, all that type of stuff would take care of itself anyway. Instead of people acting like divas and prima donnas and all that type of stuff. But I'm going to leave that at that right there. You know what I'm saying? So, but Jaron Ennis deserves his title shot. It is long overdue. Jaron Ennis and his team has been more than patient. And it's sad the way that this kid is being done. And I hope these sanctioning bodies step in and do something about it.